Synthstrom Audible in New Zealand, and I'm here at Knobcon as part of a little US sort of workshop tour where we've been meeting our users and working through workflows and ideas, and now we've come to Knobcon to show people the Deluge. Well, so here's this waveform view that we teased maybe a month or so back. I think you've put it up on the site. So with this now in 2.1, when you go to edit the start and end points of a sample, you now see the actual this kind of view of the waveform, which you can zoom in and out of. And you also get these bars light up, so you can see the green is the start and the red is the end, and you've also got sample loop start and end times. So what this means is that one of our favorite sort of ways to use this is actually you can move the endpoints with your fingers like this, and you can zoom in and create kind of like interesting sort of like glitchy sort of patterns. You know, the Deluge for us was always about having a lot of fun and kind of really sort of getting hands-on with the sequencer, and so this is a really, really exciting sort of new utilization of that. So currently I've got this sample being sequenced in the background, but then I can also be triggering it here to override the sequencing and move these little start and end points just with my fingers, having a good time. Yeah. So that's where this feature is at, but you know, no doubt we'll be pushing it further in the future. I'll quickly show the multi-sampling as well, which again you were so kind to preview on the website. So with this, we've now made it that, so previously you were able to load a single sample into each of the Deluge's oscillators and then use that as a synth to play. But obviously when you're getting to lower or higher notes beyond that sample, the Deluge would have to pitch shift, so it never really got you like a perfect sounding sample. But now what we've done is we've implemented a feature which allows you to have an individual wave on every single pad on the Deluge. So if you import a folder with all of the pitches of an instrument, you can play it live. And it's very, very easy to do that. We just start a new synth, and then when we go to browse, we simply look for the folder that I've got one here called multi for multi-samples. We then find the folder of the samples we want to load, and then we press shift and select, and then it takes a couple of seconds to import, and then we've got, I can't actually hear this. This is going straight out to you, so I'm just going to have to hope that it sounds okay. So this is a piano, and you'll see now every single pad is its own individual sample. Yeah, which is, so if people can now have the Deluge sound like any instrument they want. So previously you had to load one sample at a time and build your kits. Now what you can do is we've made it that you can just point to a folder and then upload all of those samples at once. So for example, I can just go to a folder here with 808 samples, and when I press down shift and then select, it automatically loads every single sample into a kit for you, so you can immediately just start working out a pattern. So yeah, just a really just quickens everyone's workflow substantially. There's a few things I can tell you about. So we're going to hold back on some of our really big features that are coming in 2.1, but what I can tell you is some classic workflow improvements. So Rowan's done an extensive amount of work to the time stretching algorithm, so that now sounds phenomenal, and I think a lot of our users are going to be really excited about that. Plus also you can now load AIFF files as well as waves, which again, there a lot of work went into that. And there's lots of more work in the background, and as far as making the CPU sort of giving it more power, being able to have more voices, more samples played at any one time, that sort of carry on. At this stage, we'd love to see it in people's hands by, certainly the start of November or late October, but, it's still early stages. We haven't even gone to beta testing yet, and and also the longer we take, the more features are going to be in it. So I think our users kind of forgive us a little bit if they get some more exciting things to play with. So our website, synthstrom.com. That's not Synthstorm, that's Synthstrom. So that's got all the information you'll need on the Deluge, and that's also got all our shipping and wait times as well. So at the moment, we're starting to ship our current pre-orders on September 17th, which is I think around just over a week away, and then we also have a date on there which we update every single day, where if you were to buy a Deluge that day, we update it with the day that we'll be able to ship that to you. So yeah, all the information's there for those who are interested.